After watching the Colin Carpenter chair skit, I was told the court scene skit was much better. So, let's see what all the fuss is about.
I swear.
The evidence I shall give.
That the evidence that I shall give.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth and that.
Proceed, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you, Your Honour. Mr. Carpenter. You are Mr. Carpenter?
No, that's my dad. He left when I was a little baby. He had something important to do.
Is your full name Colin Joy Carpenter?
Joy? That is definitely the face of, did he just say my middle name? Isn't it funny, this is slightly off topic, but isn't it funny how some people are embarrassed by their middle names? Now, maybe you want to guess mine. I've got 2 middle names. One is beginning with T, and one is beginning with J. So if anyone in the comments wants to guess my middle names, feel free.
Is it? Right.
Joy.
Mr. Carpenter, can you tell us what happened on Thursday the 16th of February?
Yeah, right. Well, I got up around about 10 o'clock. No, tell a lie. It was past, and I was really hungry, so I had some Cocoa Pops.
Cocoa Pops?
A type of breakfast cereal, Your Worship.
Yeah, just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy.
Is this relevant, Mr. Rogers?
No, Your Honour. Mr. Carpenter, could you turn your attention to what happened after breakfast?
I washed my plate and spoon.
After that, Mr. Carpenter, did you go anywhere?
Yes.
Where did you go?
To the toilet.
No, Mr. Carpenter.
It's crazy because he's coming across so stupid, and obviously, but most of the time he's answering the questions asked of him, and yeah, most people would understand what the guy means when he's asking the questions. You know, when you had your breakfast, what did you do then? Isn't necessarily the exact thing. I washed up. It's I went somewhere. But what I like about this little sketch actually is the fact that the it's not the judge, is it? The barrister or whatnot is facing Colin Carpenter, and so you can't actually see his face. You can't see any facial expressions, which basically means you are focusing only on one thing. Oh, Colin Carpenter. You're focusing on him and the facial expressions, which stops any sort of distractions, which I like that technique. You can only see the back of his head.
Did you go outside the house?
No, the toilet's on the inside.
Mr. Carpenter, if you could focus your mind, did you leave the premises?
Yeah. I went down the bank because it was dole day, and I had to take down some dole checks to cash, which there was only one.
While you were in the bank, did you notice anyone unusual?
Yeah, there was this guy who's bald, right, and he'd swooped his hair like right over the ball bit, but the wind had caught it, and it was flying up there so you could see this bald streak.
Did you notice any cut?
You don't see old boys like that anymore with the oh crap. Mine's not quite to that stage, but you don't see many with the comb over and the wind catches it and it just blows in the air. I'm sure my granddad had a comb over. I remember him using a comb.
Customers that were unusual, wearing unusual clothing?
Nah.
No one?
No.
Mr. Carpenter, in your affidavit, did you not swear that you saw a man wearing a balaclava?
Yeah.
And carrying a sawn-off shotgun? Well, wouldn't you say that was unusual?
Not for a bank robber.
Mr. Carpenter, it's not up to you to decide whether or not he was a bank robber. Just tell us what you saw.
Sorry, Your Highness. I saw a guy in a baklava.
Sorry, how did you pronounce that?
Guy in a baklava.
Baklava?
And what was he doing?
He was robbing the bank.
Can you tell us what you did after you saw the man robbing the bank?
Well, I immediately sussed out what was going on and managed to thwart the escape attempt of his accompanist, who was cleverly disguised at the time as a policeman.
I put it to you, Mr. Carpenter, that he was a policeman who was trying to apprehend the accused.
Gee, I know that now.
And you tripped him up.
He tripped the policeman up.
No, I was just trying to be like a law-abiding citizen, you know. I was just trying to do the right thing.
Your Honour, I think perhaps we
Yeah, I mean, I
should
didn't
break
admit
for
that.
lunch.
Well, I met him twice, that's all. I don't know him.
Mr. Carpenter, order, please. Order.
I'll have a salad sandwich, a bit on the side.
Oh, Jesus. This is... Oh, man. Once again, it's so simple. And Colin Carpenter is answering pretty much all the questions exactly as they're asked. But a normal person understands that... When he asked, did you see anyone dressed unusual, meaning, did you see someone robbing a bank with the balaclava on? But actually, technically, is it unusual if he's a bank robber? Because bank robbers wear balaclavas. So he is technically answering the question spot on. But what I find brilliant is, considering it's an Aussie comedy, that Australian sort of... How do I put it? Confidence. That Australian confidence is coming out through the stupidity. What did you, when he says, what did you do? And he said, well, I saw the opportunity, and I took out his accomplice. Not that he used the word accomplice. So although he's really stupid, that Aussie confidence is still coming through. Now, the question is, which one do I prefer? This one or the chairs? It's tough. It's tough. However, I think I prefer the chairs. The chairs skit. It reminds me of the two Ronnies, Four Candles. But the difference, I think, with the chairs skit was it was really very much more focused on the facial expressions. They were very simple and subtle, but it was more focused on that. This one, it's the body is being used more now, as well as the face. But I like the subtlety of the chairs one. The one word, more or less, that is misunderstood. So between the courtroom and the chairs, I'm going with chairs. Anyway, which one do you prefer? Can you guess my middle names? And I will catch you next time.